What makes this season so frustrating is because it has the potential to be genuinely great if it was more focused and didn't get distracted with needless tangents and setting up plot points that it had no opportunity to resolve, and with the likelihood of a season 3 not happening, may never get any kind of resolution. It left me pretty disappointed. It's a shame because the initial hook of Belinda as a reluctant, somewhat cynical companion who the Doctor has to really work towards winning the trust over was incredibly enjoyable, especially in episodes like Lux and Story in the Engine, which are both not only really creative but also deep dive into their characters and get to see an emotional bond between them form much more naturally, compared to, say, Ruby and the Doctor, who liked each other pretty much straight away. With the ever-looming threat of what is preventing them from getting home serving as a drive to bring them closer together, unfortunately the story just kind of derails roundabout the Interstellar Song Contest. Some would argue that Lucky Day is where that starts, but personally I don't mind that episode as a means to not only give additional depth to Ruby and the unit team, but in my opinion Conrad should have been the main villain of this season, and this could have been a good opportunity to set him up as this flawed, complex antagonist who doesn't necessarily believe in what he's saying, but is forced into a mindset where he has to create this corrupt world that he has to learn to let go. Plus, compared to, say, the Rani, Mrs. Flood and Omega, he's the one with the most tangible connection to the main characters. Their plans, quite frankly, are just completely unnecessary. Mrs. Flood is one of the most redundant characters Doctor Who has ever had. Had the series finale mainly prioritised trying to destroy the Wish world and dealing with the emotional consequences of their minds being messed with by Conrad's alternate reality, that would have been more than enough. You don't need to set up the potential return of Gallifrey, it's not relevant. And also, I just really don't like how Interstellar Song Contest basically throws away the 15th Doctor's character development in order to force a oncoming storm Time Lord victorious moment, considering the whole point of 15 is his maturity and growth. His relationship with Belinda kind of skirts the line between regression and reinforcing those beliefs, as she is someone who pushes him to make sure that he doesn't slip into old habits and get distracted. That's more than enough conflict for him. And the fact that we're probably never going to come back to this plot point, given that Ncuti's exit had to be stapled on to the end of Reality War, it just makes that decision all the more baffling. So yeah, there's definitely potential in there, and had they cut a lot of the fat and just focused on the true, most important parts, rather than just relying on mystery boxes, fan service, continuity that just doesn't matter, this could have been a really great season. But as is, it's enjoyable in parts, but ultimately messy and unfocused.